And from Turner Field, this is Kurt Berglund with another game in the Pine Tar Baseball Great Teams of the 20th Century set. This one features a matchup that I've been looking forward to. It's the 1969 New York Mets, the Miracle Mets, visiting Turner Field to take on the 1995 Atlanta Braves. Both teams, of course, were World Series winners in their seasons. The Mets in 5 over the Baltimore Orioles, and the Braves in 6 over the Cleveland Indians. But tonight it's even a little more interesting because they're both up to the second spot in their respective rotations, and that means it's going to be left-hander Jerry Koosman on the mound for New York, and he will be taking on left-hander Tom Glavine for the Braves. So it's a battle of lefties who both at this point in their careers threw deceptively hard, I would say. The left-handed lineups in for each team, well, they're different than the right-handed hitting lineups. So it's going to be interesting on a lot of levels. Both these teams are part of the Great Teams of the 20th Century set that I just released for Pine Tar Baseball. They're available through me, and I'm going to put the link below to email me to get these teams and this set. Price is $12.99 for the PDF. It's $52.99 if you want the cards printed and shipped to you promptly, which is what I do. My PayPal account is berglund.kurt@yahoo.com, and there are 22 teams in the set. You can get 23 teams if you just tell me that you'd like the 1986 Boston Red Sox for free, and I'll send those to you as well. And the whole list of teams, all 22 teams, are listed in the description for this video. Share the video, get it out there, tell people about it, and tell people why you're looking forward to playing Pine Tar Baseball. Oh, and if you don't have the instructions, no problem, I'll send you those for free. Just let me know that you need them. So check out all of the info in the description below this video. Let's get to the starting lineups and get rolling some Pine Tar Baseball. For the visiting 1969 New York Mets, and I'm using their lineup against left-handed pitching from the World Series in this game. Leading off in center field, it's Tommy Agee. Batting second at shortstop, Bud Harrelson. Batting third in left field, Cleon Jones. Batting fourth at first base, Don Clendenin. Batting fifth in right field, Ron Swoboda. Batting sixth behind the plate, Jerry Grody. Batting seventh at third base, Ed Charles. Batting eighth at second base, Al Weiss. And batting ninth and on the mound, it's left-hander Jerry Koosman. On the road, he's an A-plus pitcher the first 2 times through the order, and then he stays an A-plus pitcher. He's got no strikeout or walk modifiers. He can give you 8 and keep going if things are going well for him. Those are the New York Mets. Now the 95 Atlanta Braves, leading off in center field, Marquise Grissom. Batting second at shortstop, Jeff Blauser. Batting third at third base, Chipper Jones. Batting fourth at first base, Fred McGriff. Batting fifth in right field, David Justice. Batting sixth in left field, Mike Devereaux. Batting seventh behind the plate, Javi Lopez. And batting eighth at second base, it's Mark Lemke. On the mound for the Braves, it's Tom Glavine, who at home is a B pitcher the first 2 times through the order and stays a B after that. No strikeout or walk modifiers, and he goes 7 and can keep going if it's going well. And those are your starting lineups for this one. We are ready for first pitch action as Tommy Agee steps into the batter's box. Here we go. Chopped on the infield, it's off Glavine's glove. It rolls toward Lemke, and he can't make a play. Tommy Agee is on with a base hit in the top of the first. All right, so here's your ordering information, by the way, for the Great Teams of the 20th Century set. Here's your ordering information for the Great Teams of the 20th Century set. My PayPal account is berglund.kurt@yahoo.com. $12.99 for the PDF, $52.99 for the printed shipped cards. It's the Great Teams of the 20th Century set, Pine Tar Baseball. Let me know what you need. All right, so Bud Harrelson steps in. AG is at first. Glavine to the belt, checks AG. And the pitch home. Bud is bunting. Bud gets the bunt down. It's grabbed by Chipper Jones, who fires to Mark Lemke, and the sacrifice works. AG moves up to second base, and Gil Hodges has a man in scoring position with one out in the top of the first. Now it's Jones. Glavine to the belt. Checks AG at second. The pitch to Cleon. And we've got an error check. An error check. See where it goes. It goes to shortstop. That's Jeff Blauser. And Blauser kicks it. That's an E6. AG will advance to third. And Jones is safe at first. There's Mets at the corners in the top of the first. Now Clendenin with the infield playing at, I'm going to say double play depth. Glavine to the belt. The pitch home. Ball two. Clendenin's ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Glavine to the belt. One more time. The pitch home to Clendenin. Hey, struck him out. That's a good time for Glavine's first strikeout. 2 gone in the first, and now it's Ron Swoboda. .235 for Swoboda, batting 5th against lefties. The pitch from Glavine. Hit to left. Devereaux toward the line is going to make the catch, and that retires the Mets in the first. So Glavine gets in trouble and then manages to get himself out of it. The Mets strand 2. We go to the bottom of the first. No score in Atlanta. Koosman taking the mound for the Mets. He'll face Grissom, Blauser, and Jones, Chipper Jones, in the bottom of the Braves first. The pitch. It's a range check. Get to the kitchen. For the love of God, get to the kitchen. It's a range check. Hit to first. This is Clendenin. This is by Clendenin for a single. Grissom is on, and he's ready to cause problems. We'll check Jerry Grody's arm in 1969. -16. That's going to put the brakes on Mr. Grissom. Blauser steps in. Only 211 and an injury-filled 95 for Jeff. Koosman to the belt. The pitch. Hit to left. Cleon Jones toward left center. Gloves it and makes the catch. Grissom retreats to first base. There's one out in the bottom of the first. Now it's Jones. Koosman to the belt again. The pitch to Chipper. Hey, he struck him out. That's Koosman's first. 2 gone in the first inning, and now McGriff. Pitch to the crime dog. Grounded to Clendenin. Here comes Koosman to cover. Don flips it to Jerry, and that'll retire the Braves in the first. We've played 1, and there's no score in Atlanta. Glavine back out for inning number 2. Grody, Charles, and Weiss coming up for the Mets. Pitch to Jerry. Ground ball, gloved by McGriff. He's going to take it himself, and that's 1 out in the second. Now it's Ed Charles. Platoon partner with Wayne Garrett. Third base. The pitch to Charles. Hit to right. Here comes Dave Justice. He's got it for out number 2. And Al Weiss comes up now with 2 outs and nobody aboard. Ground ball. Jeff Blauser in the hole. Fires to McGriff. That gets Weiss and retires the Mets in the second. So after a shaky first inning, Glavine recovers and shuts him down 1-2-3 in the second. Koosman out for his second inning. He'll face Justice, Devereaux, and Lopez in the bottom of the second. Pitch to David. Struck him out. That's Koosman's second on the pitcher modifier. A+ helps him out there. Devereaux comes up now. In-season acquisition from Baltimore to pitch. And that's slapped a base hit for Devereaux, and that's going to be trouble and scoot past AG. Mike Devereaux's got himself a 1-out double, and he's in scoring position for Javi Lopez with Mark Lemke on deck. Koosman, boy, tempting to walk Lopez, but they're going to go after him. The pitch grounded to Blauser. To Harrelson. Bud's got it. And throws to Clendenin. There's 2 down. And now Lemke up with Glavine on deck. Koosman to the belt one more time. Checks Devereaux. The pitch to Lemmer. Hey, strikes him out. That's 3 for Koosman. We've played 2. No score in Atlanta. For the Mets in the third, it'll be the bottom of the order. Koosman leading off, and then the top with AG, and then Harrelson. Anybody gets on? Cleon Jones. Glavine is ready to continue to stymie the Mets if he can. The pitch. Hey, strikes out Koosman. That's his second. That'll bring up AG. 271 for Tommy and 69. The pitch. Ball 4. Walked him. He's on for the second time. Now Harrelson. You know, they might run him. Javi Lopez was a +8. Wow. All right, let's see what they want to do. Glavine to the belt. The pitch home to Harrelson. Not running. And they should have. To right field, here comes Justice. He's got it. And there's 2 gone. Now it's Cleon Jones. 340 for Cleon in 1969. Did it the right way. Throws left, bats right, just like yours truly. The pitch. Ground ball, Blauser. He's going to go the short way to Lemke and retire the Mets in the third. We've played 2.5. No score in Atlanta. Same deal for the Braves as the Mets in the top of the third, except now it's the bottom of the third with the pitcher leading off, in this case Glavine, and then the top of the order, Grissom, and then Blauser coming up for the Braves. Pitch to Glavine is to center field, and that's a range check. For the love of God, get to the kitchen. AG makes the catch on the range check. 1 down. Grissom up now. Marquise singled in the first. The pitch. And this is smacked into left field for a base hit for Grissom. He's 2 for 2. The big arm of Jerry Grody in 1969 is putting a stop to the running game shenanigans. Koosman to the belt. Looks at Grissom. The pitch to Blauser. Ball 2. Ball 2 to the Blouse. 0 for 1. Right field, Swoboda on the run toward right center. He gets there. There's 2 down. Now it's Chipper Jones. Grissom retreats to first base. Could send him. I don't have the nerve to send a 59. The pitch. And this is interesting. This is a ball 4. Ball 4. Oh, that could have been. Oh, it's on. Yeah, ball 4. 2 on now. Grissom moves up to second. McGriff coming to the plate. Koosman in a jam here. 2 on, 2 out. McGriff 0 for 1. The pitch to Fred. Ground ball. Charles to his left. Plants and throws to Clendenin, and that retires the Braves in the third. We've played 3, and there's no score between the 69 Mets and the 95 Atlanta Braves. Great teams of the 20th century set. This is my PayPal account, berglund.kurt@yahoo.com, $12.99 PDF, $52.99 printed and shipped to your door via UPS. Great teams of the 20th century. Pine Tar Baseball. Okay, so it's Clendenin, Swoboda, and Grote in the top of the 4th for New York. Don is 0 for 1. Glavine winds and delivers. Strike 3 swinging. Big time changeup there. 3 strikeouts for Glavine. 1 gone in the 5th. The Mets only have 1 hit, and that was AG to lead off the ball game. Swoboda up 0 for 1. The pitch. He lost him. That's ball 4, and down to first goes Ron. Grote 0 for 1 stands in now. Double play target. You can get him a hit on the ground. The pitch. And he just did. This is a ground ball. Lemke to Blauser for 1. To McGriff for a soul-crushing, rally-killing double play. 4-6-3. Go to the bottom of the 4th. No score in Atlanta. We got a good one cooking here. I thought this would be good. Koosman will face Justice, Devereaux, and Lopez for Atlanta. Justice 0 for 1. The pitch. Ball 4. Walked him. Now it's Devereaux. To my surprise, not much of a bunter. Koosman to the belt. Pitch to Devereaux. Ball 2. He's ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Justice at first. The pitch. And we have a rare play. We have a Pine Tar Baseball rare play for you. 73 with a runner on. Pitcher tries to pick off the lead runner but throws the ball away. E1, Justice moves to second base. All right. Now he's in scoring position. Devereaux's got a ribby 180 feet away. Koosman to the belt. A pitch to Devereaux is ball 4. Down to first he goes. And there's 2 on now with nobody out for Lopez, who's dangerous. 0 for 1 for Javi. Koosman to the belt. A pitch to center, but not deep. AG's under it, and he puts it away for out number 1. Justice is tagging. AG lines up his throw, and he holds. So he bluffed a tag. stays at second. Justice still at second. Devereaux plants it on first, and now it's Lemke with one out. Koosman to the belt. Pitch home to Mark. Ground ball, Charles knocks it down, picks it up, fires to Clendenin, gets him, but the runners move up. They're at second and third now with 2 outs, and it's going to be Glavine's job to try and drive him in. Is Koosman going to get off the hook? Glavine's 0 for 1. The pitch from Koosman. Ground ball, Harrelson. Bud's got it. Fires to Clendenin. And the Braves do not score. After getting 2 on with nobody out, they fail to score. We've played 4, and we're scoreless in Atlanta, which is nothing like being sleepless in Seattle. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. I'll let you judge. Charles, Weiss, and then Koosman, the bottom third of the Mets order in the top of the 5th. The pitch from Glavine. To left. There's Devereaux. And there's 1 out. Now it's Weiss. Al is 0 for 1. Played second against left-handed pitching. The pitch. Ground ball, McGriff. He's got it. Flips to Glavine, and there's 2 gone in the 5th. That'll bring up Koosman. Jerry did not hit well in 69, and we'll leave it at that. Glavine winds and delivers. And as soon as I say that, of course, it's a base hit to left field that drops in front of Devereaux. So Koosman's on, and that'll bring up AG with 2 outs. Second hit of the ball game goes to the worst hitter on the team. Glavine to the belt. AG 1 for 1 with a walk. The pitch is ball 2. Ball 2. And AG to left field. It gets down for a base hit. Koosman stops at second, and the Mets have 2 on now, and there's 2 outs for Harrelson. Glavine in a pickle. Harrelson bunted and flew out to Justice. The pitch. And this is trouble. This is trouble to left field. It's going to rattle around in the corner. Devereaux's got to go get it. Koosman's going to score. AG is going to be waived. Devereaux hits Blauser. Blauser turns and fires home. Not in time. 2-0 on a double by Bud Harrelson that plates Koosman from second and AG all the way from first base, and the Mets have scored twice in the 5th off Glavine. Now it's Cleon Jones with first base open and Clendenin on deck. There you gotta face him, I guess. Glavine to the belt, checks Harrelson at second, the pitch home. Ground ball, Lemke. He's going to throw to McGriff, and that will retire the Mets in the 5th, but they score 2 on 3 hits and leave 1. We are halfway through, and it's 2-0 Mets. 69 Mets. Scrappy in any game system. 95 Braves have some work to do, but they've got big-time power. Grissom, Blauser, and Chipper Jones are up in the 5th. Grissom's 2 for 2. We're in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch. To right, Swoboda, not deep. 1 gone. Now it's Blauser. Blauser 0 for 2. The pitch is a strike 3 swinging. Ooh. Strikeout number 4 for Koosman. There's 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th now. And Chipper Jones, 0 for 1 with a walk and a whiff. Pitch to Chipper is to first. Clendenon gloves it. He flips to Koosman covering, and it's a 1-2-3 bottom of the 5th. We've played 5 complete, and it's 2-0 69 Mets over the 95 Braves in our battle of lefties, Koosman versus Glavine. In the top of the 6th, it's Clendenon, Swoboda, and Grote against Glavine. Clendenon is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And now he's got a base hit to left field. Don Clendenon's on with a single. And suddenly Bobby Cox wants action in his bullpen because it's not looking like the Braves are going to score a ton of runs. So it's going to be Brad Klontz, the Submariner, side armor, Submariner, side armor. Getting loose. Swoboda's up now. 0 for 1 with a walk. Glavine to the belt. The pitch home. Swoboda bunts. And it's down. Gloved by Chipper Jones. He fires to Lemke, and that advances Clendenon to second. Mets have an important 3rd run, an important extra insurance run. In scoring position, now it's Grote, 0 for 2. Glavine to the belt. Pitch home to Jerry Grote. Is grounded to McGriff. Fred's going to take it himself, and Clendenon will take third base. He's 90 feet away now with 2 outs for Ed Charles. On deck is Al Weiss. Glavine to the belt. The pitch. And that's a base hit for Ed Charles. That's going to drive home the 3rd Mets run. He goes the other way like you're supposed to against Glavine. This one lands in right field in front of Justice, and Ed Charles is 1 for 3 now with an important RBI. The Mets lead 3-0 in the 6th. Al Weiss coming to the plate. Pitch home to right, but not deep. This is Justice, and he makes the catch. But the Mets add an insurance run on 2 hits. They leave 1. After 5.5, it's 3-0 New York. Koosman out, dealing a shutout. He's only allowed 3 hits, 2 of them by Grissom. And now it's McGriff, Justice, and Devereaux coming up for the Braves. Lefty, lefty, righty. Koosman delivers. This is to center, high but not deep. AG under it. And Koosman's retired 7 Braves in a row. 1 down in the 6th. Justice, 0 for 1. Pitch. Base hit, Justice. He goes to center field, right back through the box. He got himself a single, his first hit. Now Devereaux, 1 for 1 with a walk. On deck is Lopez. Koosman to the belt, the pitch to Mike Devereaux. It's a range check. Get to the kitchen. For the love of God, get to the kitchen and check the range. This is to left field. Cleon Jones gets there, and there's 2 outs. Now it's Lopez, and he does not represent the tying run. Koosman against Lopez. Lopez 0 for 2. The pitch. Ground ball, Weiss. Al's going to go the short way to Harrelson covering second, and that's going to retire the Braves in the 6th. Played 6 complete. It's 3-0, 69 Mets over the 95 Braves. Glavine out for inning number 7. He'll get Koosman, and then the top of the Mets order, AG, who's been unstoppable today, and then Harrelson, whose 2-run double started the Mets scoring. Koosman 1 for 2 on an improbable bloop single. The pitch. To left. Dying Quail, but Devereaux's there, and there's one down. AG 2 for 2 with a walk. Glavine winds and delivers. Struck him out. Glavine now with 4 strikeouts. 2 outs in the 7th, and now Harrelson up. Bud 1 for 2 with a bunt. The pitch. Ground ball, Chipper Jones to his right, gloves it and throws to McGriff, and that'll retire the Mets in the 7th. It's time to stretch them out in Atlanta, but the fans are not tomahawk chopping. It's 3-0 Mets over the 95 Braves. 69 Mets over the 95 Braves, 3-0. Lemke, then Glavine, then Grissom, which means Lemke, then pinch hitter, then Grissom, as Koosman is cruising. Got a 4-hitter going. The pitch. And, of course, as soon as I say that, there's a base hit for Mark Lemke, of all people, to right field. And the Braves have something started in the bottom of the 7th. It's going to be the end of Tom Glavine's day. Give you his numbers. 7 innings pitched, 5 hits. He walked 3. No, he walked 2. He struck out 4. He allowed 3 runs. They're all earned. He allowed no home runs. So Glavine is done. The pinch hitter will be Mike Mordecai, backup infielder, who I want to say was an in-season acquisition by the Braves in 95, but I'm not sure of that. Someone can correct me if I am mistaken, or even if I'm not, you can still correct me. Koosman now faces Mordecai. There's nobody out. 280 hitter in 95, backup infielder. The pitch from Koosman to Mordecai is ball 2. Ball 2, he's ahead in the count, and he's got pop. The pitch. Right field, Swoboda toward right center makes the catch. That's going to make Lemke retreat to first base. And there's one man out. Now it's Grissom. 2 for 3 for Marquise. The pitch. Ground ball, Weiss. He goes to Harrelson for 1. The relay to Clendenin, not in time. Grissom beats the wrap, but now there's 2 outs, and Blauser coming up. On deck is Chipper Jones. Blauser 0 for 3. Pitch from Koosman. Base hit left field. Blauser. Grissom was off with contact. He's going to go all the way to third, and it's Braves at the corners for Chipper Jones. 2 outs. Infield at normal depth. Chipper is 0 for 2 with a walk. Pitch from Koosman. Base hit, broken bat job, dying Quail center field. Gonna score Grissom with the Braves' first run. It's 3-1. Blauser stops at second. And there's men at first and second for McGriff. Koosman in a jam, and Gil Hodges wants action in the bullpen. Taylor and McGraw start to throw for the Mets. McGriff in there, 0 for 3. Koosman to the belt. The pitch home. Ground ball, Clendenon. He's going to take it himself, and that will retire the Braves in the 7th. They get on the board. They cross the pay station, but they leave 2. And after 7, it's the 69 Mets 3, the 95 Braves 1. Got a new pitcher for Atlanta coming on. And it's going to be the aforementioned Mr. Clontz. Brad Clontz, tough on righties. He's an A+ at home, a strikeout modifier of 77. He can go an inning. And warming up behind him in the Braves bullpen are where is he? There he is. Pedro Borbon Jr. and Greg McMichael. Clontz will face Jones, Clendenon, and Swoboda unless Gil Hodges decides to do some pinch hitting. Clontz to the belt. The pitch. Struck him out. First strikeout for Cleon. First strikeout for Clontz. There's 1 out in the 8th. Clendenon will stay in the game against the right-hander. 1 for 3 for Don. The pitch. Struck him out. That's 2. 2 Ks for Clontz. And now Swoboda. They're going to leave him in with the lead. 0 for 1. The pitch is ball 4. So Swoboda takes first. Now it's Grote who's 0 for 3. Mets lead 3-1 over the 95 Braves. Grote stands in there. The Braves infield at normal depth. Pitch to Jerry. To right. Toward the line. Justice will make the catch. And that retires New York in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Justice, Devereaux, and Lopez coming up for Atlanta. The Mets are clinging to a 3-1 lead. We had a good one in Atlanta. Justice, 1 for 2. Koosman winds and delivers to right field on a line at Swoboda. 1 down. Devereaux, 1 for 2. Another hit for Devereaux. This one to left field. He's 2 for 3 on the day. And that's going to bring up the tying run in Javi Lopez. Taylor and McGraw are throwing. Lopez 0 for 3. The pitch. High but not deep to Agee. He's under it, and he takes it for out number 2. And now it's Lemke, 1 for 3. Clontz standing in the on-deck circle, but he will not bat. Wohlers is starting to loosen in the bullpen for Atlanta. McMichael has sat down. Borbon Jr. is still throwing. The pitch. Base hit, Lemke. He goes the center field, and that will... Devereaux will hold at second. First and second with 2 outs now. Clontz being called back. He was just taking up space anyway. Braves don't have a lot on the bench left to face a lefty. So it's going to be, oh boy. They're going to go with Charlie O'Brien. Charlie O'Brien to hit for Clance. Devereaux at second, Lemke at first, 2 men out. Koosman, they're sticking with Koosman. The pitch to O'Brien. Ground ball, Clendenin. He fires to Koosman covering first, and the Braves are retired in the 8th. My goodness. Chance after chance in the last 2 innings, and the Braves can only score 1, and that was in the 7th. We have played 8 complete. It's 3-1, 69 Mets over the 95 Braves. Going to the 9th inning, Charles, Weiss, and Koosman, and it's going to be Bourbon Jr., the left-hander, on to pitch for Atlanta. He is an A-plus pitcher at home. Wohlers is loose in the Braves' pen should Bobby Cox get nervous, but Bourbon is the choice. Bourbon is an A-plus pitcher at home. He has walk modifiers on 55 and 77. He can give you an inning. Ed Charles, one of the heroes of the game so far, 1 for 3 with a ribby. He'll lead off against Bourbon. The pitch. Hey, struck him out. Bourbon's first. 1 gone in the 9th. Weiss, 0 for 3 with Koosman on deck. The pitch. It's a range check. Get to the kitchen. This is hit toward Justice. David on the run. David does not get there. It's a base hit for Weiss. That's going to bring up Koosman with 1 out and Weiss at first. Hodges wants Koosman to go the whole way, apparently. And so Bourbon will pitch to him. Pitch. The bunt is not a good one. The bunt is not a good one. It's gloved by McGriff. He fires to Blauser covering second, and they get the force on Weiss, but that's all. Koosman is safe at first. Now it'll be AG to face Bourbon. Two down. The pitch to Tommy. Ball 2. Ball 2. A strikes him out. Bourbon second. That ends the 9th for the Mets. After 8.5, Mets 3, Braves 1. Koosman coming out to try and finish the deal. Top of the Braves order. McGraw and Taylor are ready in the Mets bullpen should Gil Hodges decide to make a change. Grissom, Blauser, and then Chipper Jones are due in the 9th. The Braves need 2 to keep this thing going. 3 will walk it off. Marquise is 2 for 4. The pitch from Koosman. is the start they need, and that is a base hit down the left field line. Cleon Jones goes to get it in the corner, and Grissom has a leadoff double in the ninth. Now it's Blauser. Koosman to the belt. 1 for 4 for Blauser. The pitch to him. Hey, struck him out. That's Koosman's 5th. He humped up on that one. Tying run at the plate now for Chipper Jones. And that's going to do it. Here comes Gil Hodges. He wants McGraw. And McGraw he shall get. Tug coming on with 1 out in the 9th inning. Koosman's day is done. Give you his numbers. 8 1/3 innings. 10 hits. He walked 3. He struck out 5. He allowed 1 run so far. It was earned. And no home runs. McGraw is an A pitcher on the road. He has walk modifiers on 55 and 77. He can give you 2 innings if you need them, and he was one of their 2 closers. Gil Hodges wants those left-handed pinch hitters to stay on the bench, and so Taylor is not getting the call. It's McGraw. Chipper Jones can tie the game with 1 swing of the bat. Tug to the belt. The pitch home. Base hit Jones. Center field lands in front of Agee. Grissom around third and puts on the brakes. 1st and 3rd. With 1 man out for McGriff. Mets defense at normal double play depth for McGriff. Gonna try and end the game on a double play. Fred is 0 for 4, and that makes you nervous. Justice on deck. The pitch home from McGraw. Ground ball, Harrelson to Weiss for 1. The relay to Clendenin is a soul-crushing, rally-killing, game-ending double play for the Mets. And it gives the win to Jerry Koosman, the save to Tug McGraw, as the 69 Mets beat the 95 Braves 3-1. Let's give you the totals. For the 69 Mets, 3 runs on 7 hits, and they committed 1 error. It was on Koosman. For the vanquished 1995 Atlanta Braves, 1 run on 11 hits. 1 run on 11 hits. And they committed 1 error. Winning pitcher Koosman, losing pitcher Glavine. Save goes to McGraw. Thank you for joining me. My name is Kurt Berglund. This is how you get this set. Berglund.Kurt@yahoo.com. PayPal, printed shipped cards. We can do it all. Let me know what you need. Thank you for joining me. Please subscribe to my channel. I need your support. Thank you so much. So long, everybody.